All right, good morning, everybody. This is Mookie. We're back at another Sunday morning here at Easter Sunday morning. So happy Easter for those that are celebrating, taking time with their friends, family, whoever they want to be hanging around with on this Sunday. And so we are going to go ahead and break down another week of Marvel Strike Force, kind of talk about the anniversary. I want to see and check on Darth if he's enjoying the party of week 2 festivities, and we'll kind of go about a little bit of what's been happening with that, kind of go into the blog post, talk about what's on the horizon. There was some kind of big news going on, so we're just kind of, what we usually do, share our thoughts and opinions, and then those on Twitch, we'll get to our Cosmic Crucible battles for entertainment. So hope you enjoy the conversation. With that being said, what's up, Darth? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, man. And Hulk Smith, good morning to you, sir. I see you popping in on the chat there. And I don't know if Room 6 is working. I want to say no.
The 100% damage is working.
Yeah, there's some stuff. We'll dive into that in a second, Hulk Smith. All right, well, let's jump into the game. Yeah, so I want to start with kind of carry over a little bit of our conversations. You still kind of feeling icky about the 8th anniversary party, Darth, or did you like week 2 festivities?
Festivities suck. It's the same as last week. It was the same festivities. It was the exact same thing. It was a different donkey that we pinned our one tail on.
Well, what about
we're still
this?
Sitting at...
Did you join and did you realize the Quasar's right here?
Oh my God, I didn't realize that I could do that.
I didn't realize this till last night, and I was thinking to myself, do I need to remind the Alliance about that there's an actual event happening? And it's just not out. Like, I guess we're so used to like finding events over this tab, right? Like jumping over here.
Mm-hmm. Is it there too?
No, it's not here. So that's what I was going to get
at. Because it's
a saga.
Oh, okay.
So they put it into. We got to remind ourselves the whole epic, event that we've been spending all year working towards is part of a saga. So we got to jump into the epic campaigns. So that's kind of where the brain of thought is. And it's over here. They got the slot for Age of Annihilus saga now. So what's rolling on, and we'll kind of see it on the blog post in a moment, is that Blaster is coming up next week. So this week, towards the end of this past week, I guess this is the Friday, Thursday. I don't know when it rolled out, to be honest with you, but sometimes towards the end of the week is when Quasar dropped. You got to go in here, pick the easy or the hard modes. I don't know if it was all based upon star levels, but yeah, here it is. So you could just jump into it, and it's guess what, Darth, as you play it, it's another kind of an auto snooze fest.
You had me excited because I really did forget about it and didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, this is new content. Technically, you got some no in there. This is the opponents you're looking up against. Hellfire or Damon mashups. There's one node in particular that may give you some issues. You get the Quasar bent costume. Yeah, I mean, that's the prize ultimately at the end, is that you are going to get the Quasar costume. And some other stuff it's nothing impactful as far as resources, so maybe it's just no, see, I didn't get the 3-star yet. But it'll probably take about 10 minutes, 5, 7, I don't know, around that, depending on how fast. But it's going to be Vigilantes, and eventually you're going to switch your team to the MCU with Quasar. And that's how it just kind of finishes off, just those two teams, the Harbinger squads. You see from Hulk Smith's message, he has more time to troll Phil than play MSF. But yeah, so that's really the big thing I wanted to kind of share. So there was some activities there for the anniversary, Darth, if you cared. You just didn't realize that was happening because there wasn't a long line. It didn't grab your attention. You didn't realize that people had a game playing over there around the corner. But that was it. It was hidden. Well, let me see what else. I mean, Cosmic Crucible is back.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I mean, that's where I guess my only excitement is right now within the game. I'm very, very, very shocked that they don't have some type of rolling game. Because that was a question I had to you, is that like, what would you change if you had control? What would you have like in your cadence? And I don't know. But I would,
I'll tell you again that I'd have one of these towers on a monthly rotation, and I'd do a different one every week.
yeah,
We have 2 or 3 towers. Make them twice as tall. Let them go for 4 weeks, and then you only need 4 different ones, and then you roll them out one every week, and you still give a month for every one, and you give reasonable rewards for finishing it, but don't let you finish it in 10 minutes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, something. I'm not a big guy into some stuff like that, but it's something, and it will give me something to do, and especially if I have the time to like test teams and go against, just different composition battles and stuff like that. Just yeah. But anyways, there was something here. Yeah, I was. It's funny. Most def. That's exactly what I was going to lead into. So the big news on the content side, as far as content creators, is that Dorky is joining. I don't want to say it's a dark side. I'm not that into it, but I mean it's scopely. He's jumping into it. He's going to be part of like a liaison. How would you describe his job role, Darth, as far as
It's hard to.
terms?
I watched this video. He just sounds like he's going to be involved in the PvE. That's what I got out of it. He's going to be.
On that
He's going to have
side.
his hands in what the PvE comes out for us. He's not going to be in character development. He's not going to be in any of the other stuff. He's going to be directly involved in our gameplay that we're going to get in our player versus environment matches. So tower mode, he's going to have his hands in. Things that he knows are fun, like the negative zone. He knows that was fun the first few times we ran it, and it only didn't become fun because we had to run it 65 times. And we had to. It felt like maybe we didn't have to, but at the time it felt like we had to. That's the most exciting news that's come out of the anniversary event.
Yeah.
My hopes have gone from very low to relatively high. Dorky Dad knows what he's doing when he plays the game. He loves the game. I don't know that there's anybody else that I would suggest that I would like to go and do that to help fix my game. Now, how much input he actually gets is yet to be seen. What the company allows him to do or allows him to change, because everything turns around and is directly affected by the business side of things. We'll find out. But this is the most hopeful I've been about this game for months now, actually. I really hope that it works out and that Dorky Dad is the hero we all need and he fixes this game.
I'm with you. I don't know. And as you say that, I guess the cynic part of me is just thinking about, I guess it's a different role, obviously, but I think about Pathfinder, right? Everyone's excited about him being the community manager, and it just kind of feels, I mean, there's not much he can do in that role, right? I guess he's just kind of relaying messages and trying to be the hype guy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just in reference to Hulk Smith's message on Twitch. It says, I hope he does good stuff for MSF, but I feel like we said that when Pathfinder went to join Scopely.
I think it is the same wavelength. It feels like I just messaged you, Darth, we say the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Again,
it's hard.
I just wondering if because it's different. It's 1,000% different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is different. So I just, it's just weird. I mean, you just kind of have that feeling again, like that. It's like optimistic. It's like I've been optimistic before. I'm tired. The fatigue's already there. Surprise me at this point. Like that's kind of where I'm at. And it's nothing against Dorky, but like you said, he only has so much control. It's all about the business side of things, and we'll see where that balance is going to be. So I'm hoping for the best. I mean, it is the best news. I mean, I'm not here to poop on anything and optimism. I'm just trying to be real within my thoughts and how I'm at. So I'm not there yet. The low has dragged me down into I'm like, whatever. So let's see. So hopefully, I mean, it's great for him though. Individually, that video, I did watch it. I'm happy for his journey and him sharing some personal input. It's cool. It hits home to see a fan of the game become part of that. And that is where you're at. We're rooting for you, Dorky. And definitely happy that you have this opportunity and hopefully brings into more opportunities for everything else beyond MSF and so forth. Good morning, Manny. There's something within the game. I don't know. I'm just looking at this and I just want to kind of probe this question to you, Darth, and those on the chat. So the milestones used to be my thing right here. There used to be a dot. They always look. See, the dots aren't there anymore. Like I feel like I might be missing out on collecting shit. Because I'm so used to like the notification button coming here. But what was happening is like I'm like, okay, gear 21 is here. What I do, and I'll click on that shit, and then I was finding the dots here. It was so weird. Like this game is so unbalanced right now, and I know this isn't part of the PVE thing that Dorky's doing, but man, I'll tell you, as far as like just little things as far as managing the game or like for user friendliness feels off. And there was something that, and I don't know, I've been very lax. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more concentrating on details. But did we really miss a Friday rewards? That
I don't know.
I don't feel like we had a Friday reward. Like at least something that was worth it. It was what I remember was just collecting two. One of
There was
them.
nothing.
It was nothing. Okay, there it is. Del. Yeah, what wasn't no.
Yeah, the whole they've so gone away from web rewards. It's almost pointless, but you feel like you still have to go there.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, all I collected was one towards the one current event. If I see, I'm not even chasing events anymore. It wasn't the raid zone. It was just some type of shards, like 1,000 or something. And then maybe it was this. I don't know what it was.
It was
but
the
just,
shards and zombie juggernaut. That was it.
that was it. Or, yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, Hoaxsmith, I hope you're not missing anything, buddy. Definitely jumping milestones are not giving dots right here to remind you to collect on those daily things. My point being is I was just kind of, at least my experience is when I'm just kind of double checking that I'm not missing an event. Obviously, here was the red dot. That is annoying because there's no energy behind it I can spend it on, so that stays up. So I'm just like, whatever. So that dot kind of made me look into this section by section. And then I realized on past events over here, I had some dots at the end that said review. So, yeah, that's just PSA to those that aren't paying attention to some details that they could be missing out on some very much needed rewards, especially on the gold side. And I'm not trying to be funny about it, but like honestly, I think there's something that's like a daily gold thing, to save the world one, right? That I just collected, yeah, something like that. And especially T4, so I'm short on that shit. I'm looking underneath seat cushions and all that for gold and T4. So if I'm missing out on that, that pisses me off. You're like, it could be, it's just 2 cents. Yeah, I need the 2 cents. I don't care. I need it. Yeah, Friday Claim was missing. Okay, Mos. Yeah, it's pretty sad. But before I kind of jump into the blog post, one other like kind of user alert here. Just picking Darth's brain. You kind of switch to the soft approach where you're not buying or really looking or shopping for stuff to use because the game isn't fun yet to even use anything, so it's not worth my time in shopping kind of approach right now lately. But have you changed any approaches within this fractal store? Are you shopping shards? Are you hoarding? Going after G20 pieces? What's your mindset right now?
I'm in that store right now, so I'll tell you what I'm doing. I have over twice as many of the things as you do. I have about 600k. But I'm gonna look for gear, and I don't have any bio gear, and I don't have any mutant gear, so I'm not gonna buy it. And then I look at shards, and I'll check my Night Thrasher, and he's at 38 or 36 out of 80, so I'll buy that one time, and that's it. That's all I'm buying out of the store this time.
Yeah.
I'll wait, and mostly it's about the gear. I'll buy the shards to get my characters up a little bit, like to 5 stars, one thing at a time when I can. But if I will only buy if I buy gear 20, I don't buy character shards.
You balance it out. Okay, yeah. Because
Yes.
so I've been on the deluxe side. Of course, it went away, but I had the limited deal. I had 10 of the bio shards, so that's where I spent it. So that's why it's not there. But I've been fortunate, I guess, as far as getting the bios here. So that's where all my fractals have been going towards that. So we're on the same page as far as where we were shopping. And then I guess when we scroll through, there's nothing else. Jump into this section right here to special items. I just kind of do that. I just skip away. Sometimes I'll see a tune here that I have not maxed out that I'll shop on. But man, the store, see, this is where my optimism. I remember them having like a strike time video and them sitting down with the developer, or I don't know what his official title is. the big dog, Ryan.
Ryan Jacobson, I know his name because I'm not a fan.
Yeah, and they talked about the store
Same
being
reason
revamped, and it was going to be the best store ever. And really, it was just about this tab, because everything else to it sucks ass, and they took away stuff from us is what they did. And I'm sad about that. So yeah, the store is fucking crap.
Booty.
It's booty. It's cheeks, as my son says.
It's cheeks. Yeah, that's why I guess the kids here say booty. That's what I hear because they're not allowed to say ass.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, they took out. I mean, and you remember back in the way, like most. I mean, like I don't know, when we had the Ultimate store and you can farm and get gold there at the same time, and they squeezed that away. And then before there was some other T4 ability thing that was previous to that it took away also, that you can get some rewards. It just they just slowly kind of swept the rug from us, and it just it became ass. All right, well, let me jump into the blog post next. Let's find the right window. All right, here it is. So there was some big news going on as far as the new team. So I'm kind of very, very, very curious as far as where Dart's mindset is going to be. If this kind of changed or tickled him a little bit to smile. But like, so right now, let's just kind of read. They got the Winter Guard Battle Pass lined up for next week. Kestrel Zombie campaign returns. See, so they're trying to tickle you. I mean, get you excited about some zombie. Echoes of the Abyss, the Raid Warzone. And then on the 8th, we got Annihilation, Saga with Blast Star, the Hellfire Supremacy Leaderboard event. I'm just whatever. Like, I want to look at that just kind of like, it's like, when I'm reading the paper, just kind of a little headline like, do I want to dive deep into the article? I don't know if I really want to like look into it, but there is something there that's trying to make me not spin, but be cautious as far as how I want to play the event. We'll get into that. Anniversary week 3, the best Spider Buddies. So there it is. The party continues. So this is really how the party's been. Let's pause for a moment, Darth. So week 2, they just open up a slot on the game, right, for you to play like one little game mode, and that's it. Is that?
Yeah, that's why I said we played pin the tail on the same donkey, but it was a different color donkey. It was still a jackass move.
Was it this?
It's that. And there's the other one too, the one that's super easy. This one was also it's not like, none of it was fun to play. None of it was challenging. None of it made me think. It was slap some Avengers in here and collect these rewards.
It's just a slow drip of the party. So week 3. Is this what I'm seeing? Week 4? And week
yeah,
5?
yeah. And there's week 5, baby.
Well, you got to do that. And everything is always like, do this to get that. So what are we chasing? What is the big thing? Oh, not here. Command Center. Is this what we're doing here? 8 years of strike. It's just really, this is where the goodie bags are, where you get your 80 mil, right?
Yeah.
This is the party. So we got to stay hanging around. We can't leave early because then you're not going to get your goodie bag. Yeah, there it is. Play Panda 2 out of 5. So we're working into that 5th one slot. Once we get that, then we can start getting the objectives. So got to keep playing that Pin-a-Town the Donkey game. I mean, I'm sorry it's boring, but that's just where it's at. All right, Speedball enters the Fractional Store. Definitely kind of talking about shopping there. I'm going to do that to get him to the next star level. High Evolutionary becomes available. So that's where I was going to pause at with everything. Did you pay attention to that team, Darth? Do you have any opinions?
A little bit. They're going to be. Isn't it going to be a great war team? So I watched very little. They don't really have my attention in this game too much anymore for things that aren't currently in game. Yeah. So I didn't read, but I heard I think that's what I read. I like the team. I like the High Evolutionary. I like the thought of the team. I think that the best thing I saw is it looks like what's his name from Ragnarok is going to be in there. Freaking Billy Butler from The Boys. His Scourge, whatever his fucking name is.
The guy with the AK,
yes,
the guy with the sword and the
You should love that one. That's Dez and Troy.
There it is. Destroy. Yes. Yes, that's how I remember him buying that part. What's up, Hey? Good morning to you and happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Hopefully you found your eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's I am getting excited about that team as well. But let's continue on. We'll dive a little bit deeper into it. And then they talk about the character shards. Yeah, so Jeff is going to be the Lions Horde seasons. This is kind of rinse repeat. I'm not going to dive down too deep, but yeah, the Spider-Man event, Eclipse, Lost. I heard you saying that you're shopping some bio. I mean, are you using your bio for retcon? Is that what you're trying to get ready for, Darth, or no? Or the
But
champions?
what I know is that when I was doing retcon and champions, because there's some bio in both teams that I was ran out before I did my She-Hulk. So my She-Hulk is still gear 19, and I kind of haven't spent since then. And because I was short on it, it's been on my list. I'm checking my gears right now to see what it looks like on there.
Yeah, just pause. I mean, so that event is still lingering, but again, that's like a year, right?
Yeah.
So now that we know,
It
and
says
I think
it's got a year. But
yeah,
so yeah,
Pathfinder
I'm super
confirmed
short
that
on bio gear.
yeah, he did confirm on something, and maybe it was I saw someone mention it out there within the community was saying that yeah, it's not a typo, it's not a timer error, it's definitely a year. So because of that, I'm just whenever I get the bio, I'll do it on priority, and then if it fills up my champion squad, then so be it. Then I'll continue playing the Eclipse, but I'm still at the 5-star mark. I'm not at 6 or 7.
While we're here, just so in case you missed it, MSF says they're giving out upgrade tokens for Thanos and Sylvie, so don't prematurely upgrade them.
Yeah, I was gonna repeat that. Thanks, Most. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And then no, we got the boss battle again, but let's dive deep into the fun stuff. This is not fun. The week 3 anniversary celebration. I mean, for those that are new to the game, I mean, I want to poop on that side of it. We need new players to jump into the game. So if this is going to be exciting for them, I'm excited for you. I'm just, waiting for the cake. But we'll watch you play. You can play, enjoy yourself, enjoy that part of the game. Available soon. Here it is. High Evolutionary. Everything that you said is like, here's a breakdown. Why you want him. The core piece of of his war team is High Evolutionary. Keeps the Shadow Conclave operating at peak efficiency. His potent healing keeps the team standing strong while in war. His passive steals health the first time a Shadow Conclave ally drops below 50% health, stepping in to preserve his perfect specimens when they need him most. His ability also reinforces the team's assault in war. So yep, it's a war team by reducing every enemy's safeguard, flipping their buffs, and inflicting bleed to leave opponents weakened and unraveling. When I read this part, I was like, I don't got the T4, man. Damn, I know I'm going to need a T4 and I don't have it yet. So anyway, it's important for an upcoming legendary character, and that's the 2 part of it. So this is going to be a team towards a new legendary. That's going to be part of Age of Fear Chapter 1. So this does, when you kind of get that little summary, it doesn't feel like this is a skippable team, right? So like...
None of them are really skippable anymore.
True, but I guess it is what I mean by that is pay skippable. Are you gonna do the little if they had the lottery ticket approach?
Oh, dude, I'm free to play right now.
All right, so this isn't just tickling you enough to go ahead and smile and be like, okay, I'm gonna.
No. Let's be very clear. Now, I've actually had discussions with this because I have a guy that I work with that also plays the game. He's the asshole that got me into this game.
Okay.
He downloaded it before I did day 1 and is like, hey, bro, you should try this game out. We're in the same arena shard because of it. But if I were to pay the money, and if I were to buy the character, and if I had the gold to get him up, what am I going to do with him?
Fair enough. Just wait him, get him warmed up. You're not warming him up.
Nope. This is the exact question that I've had to ask myself every time I even look at the gold offers right now. I'll buy all those gold offers. They're not that expensive. It's less than I used to pay for a character. The answer comes down to, if I were to level all of my characters up to the level I wanted them and I had them all at 110, what the f would I do with them?
Well, let me tell you what their mindset is, what you do with him. You know what it is. Here it goes. So, I mean, this is the offer. Like, to kind of, we'll lead off that question or self-thought here in a second as we continue on. It is just, I mean, there's going to be a 6 chain offer. We know what the chains offer. Get this, open up that, keep going, keep following, the bunny. All right, genetic perfection orb. Get an instant 3 yellow when you unlock him at 100. Anyways, this is another orb. It's like the orb offer. Then there's special deals and red stars, if you want to take that approach. But ultimately, where I'm getting at is that it leads into the next. I'm gonna skip the zombie, but it's over here. So there's an event. Hellfire Supremacy. Earn 5 diamonds for Daemon Hellstrom and Living Mummy. So this is going to be, add more fuel to the Brimstone firepower by adding diamonds to Daemon and Mummy. You got to climb the leaderboard to make your mark. How to score points. Here it is. Spin 1 power core. Spin campaign energy. Play war battles. Earn high evolutionary diamond orb fragments. And upgrade a character to gear 21. Play blitz or war with high. Here it is. So if you get your high evolutionary, you want to spend your money, and then you use them at 5, 6, and yellow 7 stars, then it's going to help you score points on that milestone. That doesn't tickle your butt at all?
Even when I was spending, I wasn't buying my characters to 5, 6, or 7 yellow stars. What I was doing was I was buying an offer, and then I was buying the milestone points because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in this, especially
and you
this
never
one.
were that level to spend. So yeah.
No, this is This is for Damon. Do you know how many people want the big Damon?
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody wants the big Damon. I can't.
You're not joining that mosh pit. This is when
exactly. That's kind of. I have to step back and be like, I can't do that. Like there's so I'm not buying. I'm not. Yeah, you can't fool me. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's just it would be nice to have it, but I also understand that if I'm going to come back into one of these things, this is not the one to come back into.
I'm with you, man. Yeah, this is the mosh pit I stay away from because I'm just gonna get trampled, and I'm not gonna get anything but just beaten down. And my wallet's just gonna laugh at me and be like, "Look, boo, you spent all the money for what? Nothing." Yeah. I've been pissed. My Odin. This brings me back to the Odin and to the Super Scroll moments of me trying to play and dance around and not jumping in at the last hour, and there's just too much as far as to play with, and it's just stupid, so I'm not doing it. But I'll be honest, I'll still take my approach. So I guess where I'm getting at is I may go ahead and scratch a lottery ticket here, but then I'm gonna go back to my play as far as $15 where I just pay if they have those $5 orb lottery offers, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start coring. I got some cores. Yep. I'm going to use that. So I'm going to core to get him unlocked. And we'll see where I land. Other than that, I'm not chasing it too much. But that's what I'm going to go into. And that was it. That's all I want to talk about that. There it is. Yeah, the microtransactions hate. Anniversary surprises are just offers. That's where all the fun is, right? That's where... I'm waiting in line for the free anniversary rewards that are in the command center. I have not shopped around, even tinkled into looking at it, other than Phil sends us little stuff that's out there. Speaking of, so did you even do that $3 offer? I mean, I want to know how serious, like you're pissed off you are. Did you do the core?
I did get one of those, but do you know why I got one? Because I had 400 ultra cores left in my supply. I didn't have $5 worth. I had $4 worth.
Dude, so that's exactly what I had. I had 30 ultra cores and I spent it on that. That was it. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not buying anything. I'm not there. I got 10,000 cores now. They can eat it. If I really want that character, I'll core for him. That's enough to get a character, I think.
Okay.
I'm so bitter, dude. I want it to be so good. I think I made the analogy last week of of being a partner, like someone in a relationship. And man, I'm not taking this bitch out to dinner. She's not doing anything for me at home. We're gonna sit here miserable together as free to play until she starts treating me right.
So what are you doing after hours?
I'm seeing my girlfriend. As soon as she goes to bed, I'm seeing my girlfriend. Twice, actually. So
your girlfriend starts with this name right here?
She does start with that name, and something about being a legendary shadow. It doesn't really matter what my girlfriend's name is. The fact is that I'm sticking with it and being as faithful as I can with this game. And she told me she's going to therapy with Dorky Dad this week. She said she's going to start couples therapy, and Dorky Dad is her counselor. And I went, oh, okay, you're going to go talk to Dorky Dad about our relationship. He's pretty good at relationships as far as I know. I think you should go talk to Dorky Dad about this. That sounds like a good idea.
He knows what I like.
Yeah. Exactly. He seems to be on the same page as me about what our relationship should be like. So maybe he can fucking fix this for us. So now we're still going to counseling, but I'm totally still seeing my side chick.
All right. Well, to the day that you side check, you start spending money on that one. Then what? Is that
I'm
when
not gonna.
things were to break?
I'm always gonna have a girlfriend at this point.
Oh, okay.
She lost being my solo for sure. She let me understand that there's someone else that's fun.
I just picture you bringing that nice, like, pearl necklace, diamond ring, earrings, and you just have it sitting on the table. And I'm wondering, well, who's going to get your money?
You know what's funny? There's the question, who's gonna get my money? And right now it would definitely be my girlfriend. Now my old lady, she got to go to counseling first.
Yeah. Yeah.
She said she'd go to counseling. I have to see some results.
Yeah.
Okay. You can say all the things in the world and be like, I even made an appointment. It's for Tuesday. Well, we'll talk to your ass on Wednesday and see what's up.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna leave it there. I mean, I guess the last thing to wrap up is the Twitch drops. Sorry, I'm not able or hate or anybody else. I don't know if most of you stream. I see you on Twitch, but I'm on this side. If anyone's interested, continue on. We're gonna be on here, do some Cosmic Crucible battles. So definitely you can earn the Sylvie shards. Well, this is what we're talking about next week in the future. Oh, speaking of, I just told Darth, I didn't tell you guys, I won't be available on Sunday. I'm going to be up in Dallas for Suns basketball tournament. But anyways, but somehow, catch your favorite non-envoy people to get the 100 Sylvie shards and the L4 training mons. But if there is some active envoy members, and these are usually like during the day, I mean, yeah, you know who there are out there, but for 2 hours, you get the, for the envoys, you get the 500 power cords. This is where the goodie bags really are. I'm just sad that I can't help you guys contribute to 3 million gold or 500 training mods. But this is a month-long anniversary. Catch it where you can. And here's a Friday free claim. I don't know if we're going to get that next week or they're going to slow play us again, but next week's Friday. Oh, no, that was supposed to be this coming one. Oh, this is April 4th. This is what we haven't not got. The 5...
April Fools, baby.
Yeah, April Fools.
April Fools, bitch.
They're like, you know what, Darth? If you're not going to pay and give us some of your goodie, we're not going to give you any of our goodies. So that's where the relationships come to right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
That leads to divorce.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it on the blog post side. That's it as far as conversation for this Sunday morning. YouTube, hopefully y'all enjoyed the conversation. Till next time, we'll be back with more of our show. All right, bye-bye.